Dude, I fucking hate Hassan, and I really like the fact that the internet is finally realizing how much Hassan sucks, because it seems like every week he's getting into some controversy because everybody is calling him out for his obnoxious politics, his obnoxious statements, really. He's just a very annoying person. He talks like very confidently, even though he knows nothing. I used to think he was like a somewhat competent political speaker. Maybe not somebody I would agree with like most of the time, but somebody that at least knows what they're saying. But that image of Hassan that I used to have in my head has been long gone. I mean, the guy's just like a bumbling idiot. He really is. Like, I don't know if necessarily he's stupid, but he just doesn't know much of fucking anything if you just listen to him speak. And it sounds like I'm just being a dick to him, right? But like, genuinely, I challenge you guys to listen to Hassan's videos and see if what he's saying makes any sense whatsoever, or if you can just apply like just the most basic level of just logical thinking and realize that what he's saying is fucking retarded.
Change the reality of the Crimean annexation being a completely justifiable fucking act by the Russian government, okay? So that's it. That's fine. And Hitler invaded countries based on Germanic ties at first? Yeah, dude. Talk to me when he's fucking throwing Ukrainians in a fucking... What are you talking about? Talk to me when he's throwing Ukrainians at a concentration camp, okay? Hitler wasn't fucking bad because he decided to invade Austria. He was bad because he was fucking killing Jews, okay? That was the problem. He wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking annex territory with like Germanic people in it. That wasn't the main problem with Hitler, I think. That was like maybe 8th down the line.
I don't know. Hassan I hate him. I hate his channel. So recently he got into drama with Jidion, right? Because Gideon uploaded a video titled, "I went to the most racist town in America." This town being Harrison, Arkansas, which widely, nationwide, has the reputation of being the most racist town in America, right? I mean, the people in it, there's videos that the people, calling black people N-words and reacting negatively to, people holding up BLM signs. I mean...
Right here is the biggest hoax there ever was.
It's just the next thing to ask.
It is.
Trash out of town. That shit don't make shit here.
Inside this 2-minute video was a sneak peek of how the residents of Harrison, Arkansas behaved, and they were shown cussing at and berating a white man for doing nothing more than holding a Black Lives Matter sign.
Are you a Marxist?
Communist. Domestic terrorist.
Explain to me why I couldn't fly back.
There's videos of just people just being like racist cunts to people just randomly in the street. It's kind of funny, but it's also like, Jesus, like this is like reality, you know what I mean? Or is it, right? And that's what Gideon set out to, see for himself, right? He wanted to see if the city was as racist as it's portrayed in videos and documentaries, right? So he went there, and what he found was, yes, there were racist people in the city, but A, not everybody in the city was racist, which is obvious, right? But B, and more importantly and more interestingly, he found out that even the super racist people were willing to have a almost pleasant conversation about their views, even if their views were abhorrent. Like they were just allowed to just talk and have a good civil conversation, joking, being friendly towards each other, even though these people at the end of the day are racist, right? So basically what Gideon did was he captured like a new idea, like a new image of what a racist person looks and sounds like, right? Because in our heads, we think of racist people as like almost like boogeymen, just like evil like monsters, right? Like we don't really think too much about like what racist people look or sound like. We just have an idea in our heads that they're just bad, right? So we just ignore them. But we don't really know what racist people look or sound like, right? Unless we look into it, some people know because they grow up around people like that, right? But if you don't grow up around people like that, right, you don't know what they're like. So what Gideon did was he captured a more realistic perspective of what these people are like. And it's not to say that just because like, oh, they're nice, but they have racist views, but because they're nice, oh, suddenly they're okay or something. But no, it's just to say that like racist people, they're still human beings at the end of the day. They still talk and walk just like the rest of us do. They just, have these views and they have these, ideas about the world because of, X, Y, and Z. And this is what they look like. And this is what their arguments sound like, I feel like there's like value in knowing what that actually looks like and what that is, right? But of course, Hasan the Hun, big man Hasan himself, had to come out and give the, higher level opinion here. Oh, he really sat down and thought of, the genius critique here, which was that Gideon is trying to humanize racists when there's no reason to do that. And basically, he's just a content creator who doesn't give a fuck about racism. He just cares about views and getting a nice clickbait video and a nice clickbait title. I mean, just listen to this clip.
So the thing is, like, this is gonna make you all so hard. I was hoping you would react to it. So one thing that we need to always establish is that, like, just because a town is racist, one, doesn't mean that they're going to be, like, literally running around and doing hate crimes to every black person they see. I don't know why Americans have such a twisted and understanding of what racism is, which is weird. I mean, I know Gideon doesn't give a shit because he's like, he's a content creator first. Like, that's what.
I mean, no, I do give a shit because, first, I'm a black man. First thing I do care. And then second thing, I don't have a skewed perception of what racism is. I've been black 21 years of my life. I know what racism is. I know the different forms that it comes in and stuff like that.
I mean, just take a listen to really, absorb what Hasan is saying here, right? He's literally saying that because Gideon is a YouTuber, he doesn't give a shit about racism, right? Ignore for the fact that that's like an incredibly like fucked up thing to say, right? Like, just ignore that argument for a second. It's just a really stupid thing to say. Why would Gideon being a YouTuber mean that he can't also care about racism? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Because you're a YouTuber, you have to just artificially not care about anything you talk about and only preach things for money? Really, Hasan? Projecting a little bit there, buddy? Like what are you even saying, dude? But no, guys, it gets even worse. Just listen to this.
I wasn't expecting to come here and have like a civil, conversation like this, but I came here with the heart to come with that, and I appreciate you coming out with the heart to have that same conversation with us.
What is Zoomers are, bro? Zoomers are unsalvageable, dude. I swear to fucking God. I know that people are gonna turn around. Young Gideon fans are gonna turn around and fucking yell at me and be like, "He's black, you're not. What the fuck do you know about racism or whatever the fuck?" But like, god damn, dude, just straight brain broken. If you're like, "Oh, what a civil conversation." This dude's literally a fucking white separatist, man. He just said it. He said it openly. Like, he's part of the Klan. Actually, this video unironically turns into a great example of how racism is insidious but so apparent and very much a part of people's lives, because like, if your takeaway from this is like, oh well, look, actually they're not that racist at all, right? Like, look at that. If your takeaway is like looking at a guy who straight up says he's a part of the Klan and is a white separatist, not a segregationist, and your takeaway is like, he can, or not your takeaway, but like your takeaway should be that even a guy who's like straight up saying like, that they're a white separatist can be polite to a black person to their face, okay? That does not change the reality that they're like violently and virulently racist.
I mean, what is the point that he's even trying to make here that's so important, right? Even Hasan acknowledges that not every racist is like some guy just screaming at black people, screaming bloody murder at black people. People can be polite and racist at the same time, right? So Hasan, if you acknowledge that that's something that can happen, why would it not? Why is what Gideon's recording right now, why is that bad? Why is Gideon's video bad? What is it doing that's harmful? Like, I don't understand, right? I think what Hasan's problem is that Hasan thinks Gideon is humanizing racist people, right? But so what? I mean, they are human after all, right? I'm not saying a racist person deserves respect or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's like, they're still human beings, technically. I mean, by definition, they are, right? So even if Gideon is like showing people like, look, these people are still human beings at the end of the day, why is it even a bad thing, right? Like, what's the problem there? If Gideon is saying being racist is good, well, that wouldn't really make any sense considering he's black. But if he was saying that, it's like, oh, okay, like, all right, well, I see what your problem is here. But Gideon's not doing that. The whole point to Gideon's video is that racism is bad. It's also a very real thing that, maybe people around us, have or believe in or experience or whatever the case may be that we don't even realize because we don't even know what racist people look like, what they sound like, right? We just have like these fucking, you know, stupid like preconceptions that racist people are like the bad guys in a fucking video game. It's like, no, they're people with ideas, right? They might not be good people. They might not be good ideas, but they're still people. We need to understand that. We need to understand how, you know, they come to these ideas, right? Like, I feel like that's valuable information. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck Hassan's mad about. Like, none of this makes any sense. So then Hasan finishes watching Gidion's video and, well, he gives some concluding thoughts.
Okay, that was, that was an interesting video. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, look. You can do that for anything. Like, you can rehabilitate a town's image if you want to, and you can make the town look worse than it is. Ultimately, that's the reason why I look to not like what the mayor is saying, or not what like these videos are showcasing, but instead, I look to systemic problems in a town, I look to demographic data, and I look to voting patterns, but more importantly, what people like that in positions of power have to say. And once you show me that fucking, when I hear a mayor literally fucking get more upset about people claiming that the town is racist is a bigger issue than the actual racists that are in the town, well then, you know, that lights up something in my head. Wow, looking for racism when someone actively trying to bridge a gap? What gap, dude? What gap? The only gap I'm bridging is my dick and your mother, okay? You fucking dumb idiot. You can't bridge a gap with the Klan, you fucking dingus. God damn, that's the most Caucasian fucking take I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life. What the fuck do you mean, bridge a gap? He's bridging a gap with a guy who's like, I'm a white separatist. I think white people are pure and white genocide is happening. And you motherfucker, you're like, I mean, he really testing the boundaries of this, like, don't read negative comments shit. I swear to God.
First of all, Caucasian comment. I mean, this dude is the most self-hating white guy I think I've ever fucking seen. All right. Second of all, okay, why is is Jidion bridging a gap with like a white separatist or whatever the fuck he calls himself, right? Is he really bridging a gap with them? Or is he just having a conversation with the guy and not immediately debating him on all of his points? Like, what does Hasan want Gideon to do? I guess theoretically, Gideon could start debating this random racist guy about like his views. He was like, oh, well, you believe that white people need to, you know, rise up against blacks or something, or like, you know, debate me on these points, right? Like, maybe Gideon doesn't want to have a confrontational conversation with these people. Maybe Gideon wants to instead have a more friendly or more understanding conversation. It might be weird. It might seem strange. I agree with that. But like, maybe that's the approach Gideon wants to go with. Maybe he feels like the racist people will be comfortable and talk more about their views if Gideon approaches them in a more friendly way instead of a confrontational way. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's what Gideon was thinking. I don't know why this is such a hard concept for Hasan to come across, right? And I don't even know why this is such a big deal. Again, what is the harm that Gideon's video, what harm is that video causing anybody? Is the video making people more racist? Is the video making people think that, damn, racist people are cool, they're just like me and you? I mean, if it's doing anything of that sort, what it's doing is it's making people realize that, look, the reality is that people are racist. Not all, but some people are racist, all right? And if you care about that type of thing, right? Like, first of all, you could just say you don't care and just not even think about that, right? But if you do care, you would want to study and know more about like the views and the people behind those views, right? You wouldn't want to just run away from the problem and just pretend like it just doesn't exist when you know very clearly that it does. So I just don't understand this shit from Hasan here. This just seems like a pointless critique. But anyway, guys, I'm probably going to get out of here. You know, this Hasan guy, he's just such an idiot, dude. Like, I'm not even that smart, I don't feel like, but I look at this guy's videos and I'm just like, this shit just doesn't make any sense. Like, is this really what 14-year-old girls like cream themselves to? I mean, I guess. I just don't get the appeal personally. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, follow me on Twitter @AugieRFC, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.
Neo, movie and soul. Enjoy.